I mean, your circadian rhythm is so all over the place at that time of year in Iceland because it's dark all the time.
Mm.
Like, you're never seeing sunlight. You're never getting enough vitamin D. So you're kind of like, eh, do I sleep? It's 4 p.m. It's like midnight. Like that was actually kind of one of the biggest challenges of
Help me! Help me!
Living always more dangerous than the dead.
Odessa, there were scenes where you looked so chilled to the bone cold. What was filming like on this one?
really cold. For real. It was actually very, very cold. But it was actually, I mean, look, it lends such a welcome and honestly very fortuitous authenticity to the scenes and how they felt that I wouldn't want it any other way. But boy, was I cold.
Well, and it's a really intense story. Did that result in camaraderie on set or more isolation?
Oh, very much camaraderie. Oh yeah. I mean, there were two restaurants in the town, so we were all at either one of them. And I think that everybody, it's like when you work on heavy subject material, you really need to compensate with levity. And I think that everybody kind of understood that assignment. We had some of the genuinely funniest actors just in their regular lives working with us. So it was always a good time.
Then, as the director, when you're in such a remote place, are you more reliant on natural lighting? Like, what was your approach to filming in such a harsh environment?
Yeah, I mean, part of the look and the design of the film with Eli Adamson, the cinematographer, was trying to work as much with natural light as possible. With the candles inside and a lot of the references we were talking about and kind of looking at. We started kind of talking about There Will Be Blood and what some of those interiors looked like and how PT moved the camera and so yeah, so so yeah, those were the kind of the references of what we kind of wanted it and the big wides as you see in that film and so yeah, but then in the end you're just trying to get the audience in the shoes of Eva and in this kind of situation. And if you can somehow find a reality within this genre piece, then that's basically the goal we were trying to get to.
Well, and despite being set in Iceland in like the 1800s, the message of helping your fellow man and preservation feels very modern. What do you think the key was to tell this story but still feature a modern connection?
Well, I mean, if one wants to talk about what is the film about, you hit the nail on the head there. It is about that. It is about people being put in a position where you have to make a choice, and what would you do in that position? Do you help poor foreigners that are drowning in the ocean, or do you think no, let's take care of our own first, and then maybe help? So I think whenever you're making a film or telling a story, if you can actually be talking about something that's important to you or relevant, I think you are I think you're getting best of both worlds. I think.
And Odessa, your character really goes through a lot of mental turmoil throughout the film. Your eyes end up saying so much. What was your process like of getting ready for the more intense moments?
No, it's weird. It's like it all kind of happens in a blackout. I don't really know what happens. I really will say that like I don't have much of a choice about how it happens on set, how much energy it ends up taking or not taking or whatever. I think that like very simply, it's just putting myself in the right condition to be able to do something like that. I just like tried to get sleep and not drink so much alcohol and like in a good
Was,
mood.
was that one of the biggest challenges for you?
Honestly,
Getting
yeah,
sleep?
like the sleep. I mean, your circadian rhythm is so all over the place at that time of year in Iceland because it's dark all the time.
Mm.
Like, you're never seeing sunlight. You're never getting enough vitamin D. So you're kind of like, eh, do I sleep? It's 4 p.m. It's it's like midnight. Like that was actually kind of one of the biggest challenges of
Yeah.
the shoot.